Good evening, David at Dandilofts here in Germany. I just thought I'd do a kind of end of season look at some of the birds that came through the season this year on the distance and just show a few. So this here is the 925 or 926? 925. This is a granddaughter of the Old Hollander. The Old Hollander flew 830 miles twice. Wrong, 805 miles twice. Clocked on the second one and was one of the furthest prize pigeons in Germany. One of three, which were all in my loft. So here is the 925, which is a checker-pied, dark checker-pied hen. And this year she herself flew Paris 600 and Rouen 620, I think it is, and a prize in the second one. Very, very nice pigeon. As I say, it's a granddaughter of the Old Hollander. The Old Hollander at the moment is in the UK, but is actually coming back to Dandilofts, Germany. It's a nice looking pigeon. Very nice in the hand and very alert. So looking forward to seeing what she can achieve on Marseille next year. 830 miles. I think she's going to be one of the top contenders. This is a 925. Not actually gone on the distance yet, but a yearling from this year. The best yearling hen that I had this year. She was my first bird back in more than 9 races from 12. An absolutely iron-willed hen. Absolutely iron-willed. She's half brachius. Wow, lovely body. Absolutely ideal in the hand. Such a close vent, really beautiful. Coming through the molt now. She's on her last one by the look of it. Yeah, on the last. Look at that for a wing. Lovely. And as I said, beautiful in hand. One tail, obviously, strong back. And a nice colour to boot. So I'd be interested to see what she does on the distance this year. As I say, the best yearling hen in the loft this year. And yeah, number 1643 is it, I think? 1643. Cracking hen. Cracking hen. Paired up to a yearling cock, which is a Rugala, military Rugala, son of great grandson of Major. Completely different wing, as you can see. And he only went on 6 races this year because I then stopped the cocks, because I've decided not to race so many cocks. But it's, once again, as a Rugala pigeon, the feathering is absolutely superb. I mean, look at the way that cock sits there. You can just see the class, and this is, you know, just pushing the last one through there. Great pigeon. Like this pigeon a lot. See if we can find one of the young pigeons in here as well. So, oh, little blue bar hen. The 969, which is the nest mate to the 968. Funnily enough, she's also flown this year twice over 550, including 620. So she is ready for next year for Marseille as well. It's a 21 pigeon. It's a granddaughter, I believe, granddaughter of Heinze, which Heinze is also coming back to Germany to finish off his time. He's from 2014, so we're bringing him back to the loft that he was born in. She's on her last as well. Beautiful in the hand as well. More open than the 925, but not open, but just a little bit more than. Very nice hen. Twice this year, 550 plus. So, one of the superstars from this year, 7206. Now this bird flew this year, and if I've got the right one, because there's two of them, 7206 and 7207, and I'm pretty sure this is the right one. This bird flew this year Barcelona International, 1,000 miles, after already completing a 600 miler. There's not many pigeons, I would say, around the world that have raced 1,000 miles, but she is one of them, and an absolute nice pigeon in the hand, of course, where she would be. She's got to throw her last on there. Or maybe two actually. I think the last two have got to go there. How about that for a 1,000-mile pigeon? You're not going to see many of them. Not you, dear. Yeah, come here, darling. One of my favourites, and also one of the older birds in the loft. This is from 19. This is the 13697, otherwise known as the Lone Ranger. She's called the Lone Ranger because the year before last she flew 700 miles, the only bird I put in the race, and she mastered it fantastically. This year she's been 3 times over 550, and including 600, and she's been over it 3 times. The Lone Ranger is actually way out of my strain. This is a pure Covandomelin pigeon. I had 4 direct Covandomelin pigeons in the stock loft, which I've now returned, and this is the only one I have left from all of them that I bred. But she is just a very determined pigeon. Very rarely gives up, well, doesn't give up, and always comes. Was a bit late this year on her races, a couple of times. One race she did really well, but the other 2 she was a bit slow. So we're just keeping an eye on her. She's a 19 pigeon, as I said. So we'll see what she achieves this year, but she's going to Marseille this year. She was earmarked for Barcelona last year, but because the first race was such a pig and she'd lost a bit of weight, she wasn't fit enough in time to go to Barcelona, so that's why she just did a couple of other 600-mile trainers. So, yep, Barcelona or Marseille next year, shall I say, 830 miles. The Lone Ranger will definitely be one of the top favourites for me. Small pigeon, really nice small pigeon, but character all the way. cockbird who's, as you can see, been in the bath, got himself well wrecked. But this, if I got the note, yep, 33597, a GB ring, and 33597 was a shocker. It was a shocker to me. It's a cockbird that just keeps coming. And I sent him all the way through. You can see he's very wet and his feathers are all manked up, but that's because they've been out in the bath. Very nice cockbird. So he did this year 3 times over 550, and he was my second bird twice. Got 3 out of 3 cards from the distance, and as I said, second to the loft. 33597 from 21. He may possibly go to Marseille, although I am avoiding sending cocks this year. Next year, should I say, 24. And probably just going to be sending hens. But very well built cock as well. I have to say, most of the birds that you find that get through 5, 6 and 7, 800 miles, they're all pretty well in the hand. They're all pretty good in the hand. It's very rarely do I find the bird is not good in the hand, flies the 800 miles. I think it's one of the things that keeps them up, or makes them apart from the rest of them. Yes, honey. Three 33597. Right, now hopefully this should be the 195, I think. 193, sorry, not 195, 193. 193 was the star in 22. Her and her 2 sisters, although I lost the other 2 now. Last year she was the ace pigeon in Iggy West. 3 races, 3 places. Second pigeon, first pigeon to me. Oh. And she comes from a Van der Bosch cock, which unfortunately he died this year, the father, so she's the last one. But her 3 sisters the year before just ripped up the distance. And this year she's done 3 races again, over 550. Lovely, lovely pigeon. She will definitely be at Marseille, and she will definitely score, I would think. Perfect pigeon in the hand as well, as most of them are. As I said, pigeons that come over that distance don't normally have any real faults. Now a lot of people will recognise this little boy. This is the Ghost. He flew twice this year over 550, and he is also earmarked for Marseille next year, Marseille International. Bit more meat on this pigeon. He's got 2. He's pushing the second to last out. Nice markings on his wings. Some black splashes. Comes from a dark family. Nice wing, plenty of ventilation. A really nice mealy cock. The Ghost. And you ever call him the Ghost? Don't even know what his number is. How about that then? Oh, 19760. It's, yes, of course, a GB ring. He was actually a late bred and didn't fly as a young bird at all. And but since then, definitely made up for it. Amelia with black splash. The Ghost. no idea who you are. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a young bird. That's why I don't know who it is. One of the young cocks from this year. Bit of a handful. Also very good condition on his second to last. Feathering's good, size is good, and this is 3049. But hasn't done anything to tell you about. So here's one for the grizzle lovers. 171. Now she's been a couple of times over the distance this year and a couple of times over the distance last year, but she's a very lazy pigeon, which is not surprising considering her grandfather is the lazy git. Now the lazy git flew Narbonne 900 miles. Didn't win a prize, I have to say. He was out of race time, but came. Unfortunately, 2 days later the hawk took him. But this is the last from Lazy Git, and she's just like her father. She's extremely lazy. She comes but at a slow. So she's got to go and do the 830 this year, Marseille, and we'll see. If she comes at the same pace, she'll do very well at it. Quite a big hen, I have to say, quite a big hen. Also very well built, of course. And you can see by the quite fit, even though she's in the molt. Beautiful feathering. You'd think this was a regala with the feathering. But very nice pigeon, 171 from 21, isn't she? No, from 20. From 20. How about this for a little surprise pigeon? 72815. This is a pure Herbert Maulders Brachys pigeon, bred by Herbert Maulders. A very typical Brachys wing there. Extremely short and thick back wing. Very small in comparison to a lot of pigeon strains. But a nice pigeon. She's only done the distance once this year, and she was late, but we'll see. The distance was too short. It was only a 550 miler, and the Brachys of course are far better once they reach 700 and 800 miles and a hard race. That's when they come through to their own. But very nice pigeon, 215. Brachys, Herbert Maulders. I don't know where all my pigeons are gone. Why can't I find you, girl? Where are you? You must be. You must be. The last. So this bird here. This is a bit of a sad story really. This is the 1416. And this is a daughter of the 19 and the 67, which is my base pair. Unfortunately, not yesterday, day before yesterday, the 19 passed away. She was from 09, the pigeon, and the mother, grandmother to so many winners I can't, or so many marathon pigeons I can't explain. Well, this is direct daughter. So, although she's been flying, she flew this year the whole program, 12 races, didn't place in any, but came in every single one. Of course, the bracket's far too short for her. she's a hard race, but she'll never go on another race. Because Mummy's gone, she's now got to go into the stock loft. Yeah, no choice really. But she has everything that she should have for the Brachius. So hopefully she will produce as good as her mother did. Beautiful pigeon. What a shame, dearly.
I have too many pigeons, don't I?
This is not a very happy pigeon. This is another direct Herbert Maulders pigeon from 21, 72.820. Did 2 races last year on the distance. Did not come in race time, but came just out of race time. And you can see she's got to throw the last 2. Well, one's gone and the other one's coming. But once again, a very typical Brachius hen. Lots of character. A typical Brachius coloured eye. Bit of a tick eye going on there. Nice strong back. 72.820. And I think my champion from this year is actually in the other lot, which is a 2-time section winner over the distance. The last 2 races, one at 5.90, the other one at 6.20, where she topped the section both times. Absolutely blown away by her results. I'd sent her on 12 races this year, the 72.807. Sent her on 12 races. From the 12 races she's won 11 cards, including 2 times first section, as I said, from 5.90, 6.20, so absolutely top. You saw the sister of her, 72.806 and 72.807, as I said, 2 times section winner, 2 weeks apart, and she did the story. So some good results this year. There is a few more, but they're in the other side of the loft, and maybe I'll do them on another day. So thank you very much for watching. Anybody that wants any information, just give me a call. I'll let you into any secrets you want to know. Not that I have any secrets. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like and follow, because every person that follows helps me. Thanks very much.